Tell us how you get growth and what is triggering this massive migration to Florida and Miami included.
Well, our recipe for success is quite simple. We basically keep taxes low, we keep people safe, and we lean into innovation. So when you compare the Miami miracle to the Washington nightmare, you see a situation where in Washington, inflation is rampant. Everyday goods are more expensive because of deficit spending. In Miami, we balance our budget. We actually have a $145 million surplus, the most in our history. We keep taxes low while Washington keeps increasing taxes, which obviously in the case of Miami has spurred, historic growth. 12% growth, which is the second most in recorded history, 1.4% unemployment. And then we focus on quality of life. Miami was voted the happiest city in America and the healthiest city in America. So it turns out if people are healthy, if people are happy, if they're paying low taxes, if they're working, they're not going to be committing homicide. So Miami's become one of the safest big cities in America. We're about to end the year with the lowest homicide rate since the 1930s. So it's a very easy recipe for success. It can be scaled to the rest of the country, but it takes political courage.
Mr. Mayor, there's been a lot of buzz about your success and about the possibility of you running for the president in 2024. Is this what you're considering?
Look, it's a long way away. Right now, I'm excited to preside over the presidency of the U.S. Conference of Mayors and try to convince other mayors across America that the Miami model works, that they need to adopt it so that they can create prosperity in their cities. If that continues to work and if Miami continues to be successful, then I think there's going to be a tremendous amount of options available for me politically if I decide that I want to continue to serve. And Maria, you know that if and when I ever come to that decision, I'll be discussing it with you because you've been wonderful with our city.
So when Biden is flying these people all over the fruited plain in the middle of the night, I didn't hear a peep out of those people, okay? I didn't hear a peep. I haven't heard a peep about all the people that have been told by Biden you can just come in, and they're being abused by the cartels, they're drowning in the Rio Grande. You had 50 that died in some shed in Texas. I heard no outrage about any of that. I haven't heard outrage about all the fentanyl that's come across the border that's killing Americans in record numbers. I don't hear outrage about the criminal aliens that have gotten through and have then victimized people not only in Florida but all throughout the country. I didn't hear any outrage about that. The only thing I hear them getting upset about is you have 50 that end up in Martha's Vineyard. Then they get really upset. And I'm sorry. Those migrants were being treated horribly by Biden. They were hungry, homeless. They had no opportunity at all.
But you still want to run for president?
I met Mayor Suarez down in Miami, and I thought he'd make a really good president also.
In addition to you?
An endorsement from Kanye West for you, Mayor. So are you running for president in 2024?
Well, first of all, Kanye has a pretty good track record of picking people. But look, I got a chance to spend a few days with him. And it's not too dissimilar to what happened to me a few weeks ago when I received Lech Walesa, the former president of Poland and freedom fighter and anti-communist fighter. I think, number one, what they see in Miami is a thriving city, a city where we've kept, reduced taxes to its lowest level. We're on the precipice of having the lowest homicide rate per capita in recorded history, and where we're number one in the nation in wage growth, and we're creating high-paying jobs. And I think they see that track record of success. They think about, what could happen if our country was succeeding on those three fronts. And then I think when they get to know me, they see someone who's fundamentally positive. And
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has dodged any questions about a potential 2024 run for president, even as his name keeps popping up as a potential candidate. The governor says he's focusing on a re-election bid this year against a Democratic challenger, likely Charlie Crist or Nikki Fried. But if DeSantis does run for president in 2024, he may have the backing and the deep pockets of Elon Musk. On Twitter this morning, Musk responded to a story about Republican Mayra Flores winning a special election for Texas's 34th congressional district. I voted for Mayra Flores. First time I ever voted Republican. Massive red wave in 2022, Musk wrote. A Twitter user then asked Musk if he plans to vote for Republican for president also. Musk said that was to be determined. He then asked who he was leaning towards for president in 2024. DeSantis, he tweeted. DeSantis was asked about Musk's tweet during a news conference this morning in Madeira Beach.
So what I would say, I'm focused on 2022, but with Elon Musk, what I would say is, I welcome support from African Americans. What can I say?